One of the most obvious things I know a lot of people ask themselves whenever they're buying a product, it could be a house, it could be a laptop, a smartphone, pair of headphones, whatever it is I'm hoping whatever I paid for it matches my expectations of the experience I'm wanting to get out of it. And if the expectations or experience is above what I was thinking, man, you feel like you really hit a home run. But there's some products that are really good on paper and they're really good with the specs and design, everything. The brand's a good brand and they still don't really get the attention I think they deserve. And I feel that way a lot with the Soundcore Space One Pro headphones because with these headphones, they're $199. Everything spec wise, I'll have in the description below so you can see everything in full because this is not so much a review, so much of a question of I wonder why some products even go under the radar. You know, is it Soundcore's marketing department? Are they depending on influencers alone? But it's also me saying, hey, just like the title says or the thumbnail, however I end up doing that, is if you're looking for a really good pair of headphones and you don't want to spend anything above $200, I feel like these are the best over-the-ear headphones for the price. Anything that's $200 and below, of course. You know, if $200 is your budget, especially with the holidays coming and Christmas and all this and that. And with starting out with what I love the most about these is probably what you're not expecting, but it's actually the comfort. So to me, especially since I wear glasses all the time, and yes, if I do talk louder, it's because the passive noise isolation is really good, but which means it's subduing, you know, your surrounding environment with that noise isolation. I feel like I could wear these for hours, and I actually have with glasses on for 3 4 hours before I felt like there's a little fatigue on my temples or I just needed a break. Now, without glasses, I felt like I was able to wear them easy 4 hours, you know, straight before I truly was like, okay, I got to take them off. And that's just my first favorite thing I got to say about these headphones. Besides the overall design, because even when thinking about the design, there's volume buttons, play pause button, skipping tracks, going previous, etc. A dedicated power button, and an active noise canceling off button or a ambient awareness mode, all enabled on one button. You can change the settings within the app, which I'll get into. A 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and a USB-C charging port. So it gives you everything you need with just the physical controls alone. But the second thing is probably not going to be where you're expecting on what's my favorite, but within the app, Soundcore has Speak to Chat. Now, the only other company, or I think they call it Easy Chat, I'm sorry, Sony calls it Speak to Chat. And the thing is, a pair of headphones from Sony is double the price of something like this. And Soundcore is the only one I know who is really enabling this kind of technology. And it makes a big difference because I'm always in coffee shops and I'm not Mr. Famous or something like that, but whenever I'm in coffee shops, there's a lot of people I know in what I do for work, or I'm a regular at a lot of spots. And so there's a lot of times people come up to me and sometimes I might have my hands full, or I might be taking a sip of coffee, or I might be, I don't know, just it doesn't even matter with what I'm doing with my hands. The fact that if someone walks up to me, I could just talk and the microphones open up and whatever I'm listening to stops. So I can hear what they're saying and I can talk back without having to take off my headphones. And then here's the other thing too on why that's so important to me is if you're walking down the street or if you want to wear them in the store and you're going through the checkout line and you just want to say something to the clerk, of course, and talk with them, they'll stay open as long as you're talking, and you can even delay the time period you want the music or whatever you're listening to resume. I just think that's such an underestimated feature, and the only ones I know dominating this are Sony. I think they were the first to come out with that technology. Now, it may not make a difference to you, but to me, that's really cool, and I just don't understand why more headphone companies or earbud companies implement this. Apple's the only other one too. Conversational awareness is what they call it. But think about what you got to pay for a pair of AirPods. You're paying more than what you're paying for with these, $50 more with the AirPods Pro, especially if you want all the bells and whistles. But with the AirPods Max, you're paying like 2.5 times more. just for that one incredible feature. So that's the second thing. Third is the sound quality, because of how universal the sound quality is. I mean, I've been able to listen to any genre. You know, at this point, I think what matters most is the sound signature you like the most by default. And Soundcore has a frequency or a sound signature, without trying to sound like an audiophile, is they have a sound signature that really highlights the mids and the highs before the lows. But within the app, which I'll get into, you can customize that to anything you want. So if you want to up the bass, you can do that. So if you're a big time bass head, you like EDM and hip hop, and you really want to feel the music, trust me, they got you and you'll be just fine. Or if you want that lighter, brighter sound, you can adjust it too, or just leave the Soundcore signature EQ by default. And I would say battery life is another one of my favorite things, is how long it takes for me to not have to charge these. So 40 hours with ANC on, up to 60 with it off, which is crazy. That's a long period of time. For a pair of headphones this lightweight, I don't even know how they're able to do that with headphones nowadays. But those are my favorite things that I would say right off the bat. I mean, as far as connection goes, multi-point connectivity, or even when it comes to distance and latency. I live in an 1,100 square foot house. So to go from my office here, outside in the backyard on the other side, I didn't have any latency issues until I started going away from the sliding door to go into the backyard. So just to give you I mean, because it's trying to go through walls and everything. So to me, I'm like, that's a good enough distance for me to walk around the entire house and not have to have my phone on me or be directly in front of my computer the whole time in case I got to go answer the door or something. But even with latency, at this point, with how strong Bluetooth connectivity is, no latency issues with gaming or watching TV shows on anything. Doesn't matter if it was a movie on Netflix or Amazon Prime. What else? Hulu I tested it with. YouTube as well. I know some people have issues with latency with headphones or earbuds with YouTube, depending on download speeds and stuff. I had no issues even with that. So to me, again, I just feel like with what these headphones can offer, there's so much underestimated with it. And actually, before I finish the review, let's go ahead and go into the app functionality. So as you can see with the app, when I open it up, I'm going to go to Space One Pro. I do have to do a firmware update, but I'm going to go ahead and skip that. You have control over everything, including wind noise reduction, all the ambient sound modes. You can customize that too. Like if you want to adjust the transparency mode, they even have a little graphic below to show you how much it's blocking out. Or noise canceling, you can even customize that too. So you can do it as adaptive, just meaning that this is going to make real-time calculations to adjust your wearing conditions to cancel out your external environment. I just keep it at custom and I want it max all the time. That's just the way I do it. And then the sound effects, you have Hear ID to personalize your sound. You also have Dolby Audio. Almost forgot about that. You have Dolby Audio with this, which is crazy for the price that you're paying compared to the higher end headphones. Of course, you have some sound signature presets that they have here as it is, or you can do a custom EQ. You can tap it and adjust any of the frequencies if you want to get into that. But I just keep it at the Soundcore signature by default. And then besides this, you have controls. You can customize them with the ambient sound, or even when it comes to bassing up on or off, which again, I'm telling you, there's strong enough bass for anything. Or if you press the main control button as a single press on a call, you can decline and answer the call, long press, reject the call. So to me, I feel like this has everything you would need. There's a safe volume function too if you want to adjust the decibels on what is coming in. Side tone for phone calls again. And yeah, that's all the controls. Auto power off if you want. I keep it at 60 minutes because you never know. I just don't want it to turn off. I like it connected for a long period of time. So I think that's it. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. But if you do have any questions or just have any comments you want to make, please do in the comment section below. And also, if you do want to grab a pair, I'll have an affiliate link for Amazon in the description of the video. It helps me in supporting my channel. So if you do want to grab a pair, please use the link below. Other than that, yeah, like and subscribe if you felt this was helpful. So on to the next video. I hope you're doing well out there, and I'll talk to you all soon.